And welcome to, what is this, episode 3 now of Dawn of Alderton. I am Dave. You can find me at Dave's World Games, and I am the co-owner of Sputter Media and producer here for our host, DM Snack King Joe. Take it away, Snack King.
Hey, hi, how we doing, everybody? It's your favorite DM, Snack King here, bringing you another wonderful adventure in the world of Alderton. But as always, let's not waste any time because I'm going to be talking all night. Let's jump right into our cast, and let's start with our newest cast member, Deirdre.
Hi, I'm Bailey. You can find me on Instagram at FloralGypsy25, and I'm playing the rogue.
Excellent. Clover, why don't you take it away next?
Hi everybody, I'm Emily. I'm playing Clover. You can find me online on Instagram at Kittenman66. And yeah, like you said, as Clover, the team's sprite artificer and tattoo artist.
Looking forward to seeing some of those tattoos. Zhaasha, why don't you go next?
Yes, thank you, DM. My name is Mitch. I'm playing Zhaasha Beesons, the party's friendly purple dinosaur. And yeah, you can find me online at Icy Wiener for a bunch of things, Doobie_Daddy from Instagram, or just as Mitch G on Facebook. Thank you.
Excellent. Lucian, you go next.
Hey everybody, I'm Lucian, otherwise known as Eric, playing your fighters, infiltrator / Robin Hood type. Apologies if I sound off tonight. I made the mistake of trying to make plans for my week, and a summer cold told me to fuck off. But you can find me at Nagatsu_Seiken on Twitter and Twitch and pretty much anywhere else you can think of to find me. Feel free to hit me up. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Excellent. Xathariel, you're next.
What's up, chat? Thank you, Joe. Yeah, my name's Ryan. I'm playing Xathariel Brightsong, the party's resident bard. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Kundalini Pasta. Super excited to get back into this. We had a really juicy sesh last week, so tonight should be fun. Welcome to the stream.
And last but certainly not least, Severin.
Yeah, well, I already gave myself the brief introduction, but I am playing Severin, who is the party's monk and overall kind of just like holy guy. And yeah, I'm really having fun finding out all of these really crazy things about my entire past and how it is affecting Aelorim's future.
Yes, let's not cause any more suffering with sudden outbursts. But before we get into our recap, a quick shout out to the corporate overlords, our friends over at Dubby. Someone go ahead and pop that link up for the chats, please. Dubby is the energy drink of the future. It's derived of coffee fruit, not coffee bean, so it's a jitless energy. Comes in a powder form. You can mix and match, follow instructions. Everyone here can attest. Everyone who's tried it here can attest to how great it is. It's my now preferred energy drink. Super tasty. Doesn't, like I said, no jitter. I'm able to fall asleep relatively easy if I drink it too late. But that's enough of our sponsors. Who would like to give our recap?
Clover.
Somebody other than me, because I'm trying to grab that link.
Crickets. Who remembers last session? There you go.
I can try to see if I can recap it all from last time. I think I remember where we ended up. Let's see.
It was a heavy episode.
Yes. So we rejoined our party last episode after we had kind of split. Xathariel and Clover went back to the tavern. We spoke with Vesta, who gave Clover 2 dream tickets to the Dream Theater. I made a deal with Xathariel made a deal with Clover.
Where you were.
Zath and Clover got Clover got 2 tickets to the Dream Theater, and I made a bargain with her to have one for myself. Lucian, Zhaasha, and Severin discussed the bombshell information that we received the session before, which was that Severin is the rightful heir to the crown of Aelorim, and the brother to the current king. After that discussion, they met Apex, the captain of the King's Guard. It was a very tearful, a fond reunion for Severin because it's the closest thing he's got to family other than his brother, and tells him that he needs to bring the ring, the ancestral ring, I guess, of Aelorim and the crown to the city to fix the problems that we're trying to fix, that Severin's trying to fix about their rule. Zhaasha has been tasked by Apex as the personal protector of Severin, to which he accepted that. Severin got a ruby that gets him out of jail free. Within this,
to clarify, Zhaasha got that ruby, and it's not just a ruby; it is a ruby A, the A of Aelorim.
There we go. Yeah.
Ruby A.
And does it only work? It's like within the city or within the whole realm? Like this will carry weight.
So to clarify, basically anywhere that's like officially under Titus and Aelorim, it's kind of like a I work for the king kind of deal. Let me do my shit.
Gotcha.
Outside of those and those other areas that have been labeled free to govern themselves. It's like a one shot get out of jail card.
Got you.
Kind of deal.
The Aelorim A. Let's see. Lucian warns Severin and Apex that someone has put a bounty on the king for 20,000 gold coins. Anyone on the team who brings... Oh, wait, no. They put a bounty on the king, and this is a separate thing. 20,000 gold coin reward for anyone on the team who brings Severin safely back to the capital with both the ring and the crown.
That was from Apex. That's not,
right.
Just to be clear.
That's separate from the bounty that's on the king's head.
Correct.
The group then proceeded to all meet up at the carnival to the Dream Theater, where we met our newest party member, Deirdre, who's employed by the carnival as a clown. We go to a private place to talk. Lucian and Deirdre, or Lucian seemed to recognize Deirdre. They know each other, but we don't know why yet. Let's see. We learned a little bit about Severin's past. I don't know if anybody wants to give a recap on the information we were given there. Nah, we just learned a little bit about what's been going on in Severin's life since the overthrow of their father. We go to the Dream Theater where we meet a dream wizard named Baneford, and he proceeds to attack us with spectral dreamlike octopi. Thank God for our Dragonborn cleric, though, who was smart enough to save us from them by attacking the wizard instead of the tentacles, and we were all gifted a question each from the wizard for our troubles. Let's see. Severin asked how to find the crown, which he was told. Somebody want to take that for me? Go across the desert, I think.
I had to journey to the desert.
Journey through the desert, and so we have a direction we need to go, but no real specifics yet. Clover asked if there was anything that she could do to help fix. Is this Bandor's hands? This is someone from her personal backstory. Would none of us really know him, but she was unfortunately disappointed to find out that no, she would not be able to help him, but she receives a rose from Baneford, a rose from the Dream Wizard for her troubles. Lucian asked, I think, if Titus was a conspirator.
Yeah.
And he was answered, this is unknowable because Titus doesn't dream, which was cryptic. The Dream Wizard cannot know this because Titus's dreams are not there. Xathariel asked what powers are actually pulling the strings in the city, which he was told, you can either return to the castle and receive your answer and die, or follow Severin and unravel the mystery. And then Zhaasha asked, why is Baneford doing the Dream Wizard thing? And it was a little bit of a tangent, but the overall answer was for power, to be a more powerful Dream Wizard, doing the thing for the sake of doing the thing. And I think that's all. Shout out Clover for taking extensive notes that I could just read off and pass off as my own right there.
Happy to help. Teamwork, dream work.
It's okay. Every one of us does it.
You skipped the most important line,
Oh
but that's
no,
fine.
I'm so sorry. Which one did I miss?
The first one, I imagine, is what he's talking
Oh,
about.
Joe is a generous DM. ... For now.
Mm.
I did skip that one.
He told me to jot that down specifically.
I did.
I think we were like all given an inspiration, and that was the tokens of his generosity.
Yes, but
Apologies, DM.
No, it's fine. Xathariel, I'll go ahead and take your inspiration for the session.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's go.
And we are going to jump right back into where we left everybody.
Dun, 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 dun.
Back in the Dream Theater. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Oh, Baneford.
Yeah, I don't think it was much more than smarts. I think I was just acting on reaction at that point.
I mean,
So I was just not the smartest guy.
he did the right thing. We were all distracted attacking spectral octopi arms. We could have been there for days.
Oh, also, I think we had Deirdre is the wizard's niece. So they're
yes.
gonna talk, you know, privately. We don't get to know what happens yet.
That's a great point to bring up, because as we come back to this scene, you all kind of take a moment and blank, and something just happened. You don't know what it was, but something definitely just happened that you all might have missed. But with that, Baneford will welcome you all back to existence. Thank you for visiting the Dream Realm and the Dream Theater. Does anyone have... You guys want anything else before I kick you out?
100 more questions.
What is a duck? Why is a duck? Where are ducks? He looks off 100 questions like right for you.
Is there anything special about this rose, or is it just spectacularly beautiful?
That's a dream rose.
Dream rose. What does the dream rose do?
You know, I haven't been in the real world for so long, I don't remember.
Oh, well, thank you. It's beautiful.
I would definitely plant it if you wanted to not die. You know, water and sunlight and all that stuff.
Oh man. I see what you're saying. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what you do with flowers, right? They grow in the grass. That's still a thing outside the dream world, right? He first starts like panic. He's like, "How long have I been here?"
I'm sorry, that was my brain, like, gears in my brain cranking. Like, yes, flowers, putting them in dirt. That is the thing we do. Thank you, Mr. Wizard.
Excellent. Okay, all right. If no one has anything else, Zhaasha, if you mind just hanging back for a beat while the rest of your friends leave, that'd be awesome.
I'll tell Mom you said hi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, tell the family hello and I love them. And tell Remus and Rufus that they're never getting their gold.
Okay. Next time I see him.
Absolutely. And then a big dream cloud appears and lifts everyone up and pushes them back out into the way they came, save for Zhaasha.
Just before they go, I am actually going to use Psionic Mind to contact over and let her know if I don't come out, contact Captain Rourke.
Captain Rourke? Okay.
Captain Roar, but she's the only one who knows it.
Okay.
Alright, excellent. Your characters can all stay on the map for this conversation, doesn't really matter. But you're all pushed out, and exiting is not as quick as entering was, and you find yourself slow falling back down to reality. Zhaasha, Baneford will fly down and actually land next to you, and he looks really sad as he does this, and he goes, I'm sorry, but your journey is going to be a sad and lonely one, friend. There's not many Dragonborns that I know of that you'll be able to get in contact with. I can tell you that if you're really looking for something, the answer might be amongst the stars.
Amongst the stars, eh? And yeah, I'm no stranger to hardship. I know what it's like already out here for me, and I didn't expect anything different. But I appreciate your wisdom, and sorry I had to kill your fun back there. I just didn't know your intentions.
Oh, I just like to mess with people and mess around, but once I saw my niece, I assumed you were at least decent folk to some extent.
Well, I thank you for allowing us to take your niece with us on our journey for a little while here. So I hope she's good company, and I do look forward to seeing you again there, Baneford.
Well, once the festival's done here, I'll probably tour around the countryside for a while, so there's a chance we might meet again.
Oh, excellent. Do you ever get to Cloudshire?
I have not, but I'm interested in setting up there. I hear they've got some interesting folk.
Well, if you're ever there, come look me up. I'm usually on the southeast end.
Excellent. I don't think your path is taking you there anytime soon. But I say any more, and I might as well do your adventure for you. And he'll nod and bow, and wave his hand in a nice warm, and they seem to be waiting for something. The door to the kitchen will open, and out steps another robed figure, again in the red robes. As I was saying, the 24 red-robed figures in some hidden small tavern off the beaten path inside of the city. One of them has stepped out of the back and stepped onto the bar and begins a speech. Tonight, my brothers, tonight we act. We have long since hidden in the shadows and done our deeds behind closed doors. But tonight we move. Tonight we strike, and tonight we act. And with that, there is a cheer and a roar amongst everyone in the room as they all turn and head out the door, taking spear and pitchfork and sword from a rack and head into the city.
Huh.
Scary. Any chance there's like a street urchin outside that sees this go down? Where's little Timmy at?
Might be a little late for some of the kids you hang out with.
Okay. So the red robe figures. There's a coup coming, y'all. I'm afraid.
It certainly seems that way.
Yes, but you will all come out of the Dream Theater, out that back entrance the way you came. And it doesn't seem like much time has passed at all. It's a little bit darker, but full darkness is not set yet. You can still hear the sounds of the carnival going, games being played, people having a good time, cheers and laughter. What would y'all like to do? Zhaasha does emerge out with you, so there is no need to go calling. You are all safe and sound, it seems.
For now. We have a lot to digest now. That I think I'd just kind of stumble out of the Dream Theater, like, digesting.
I kind of
But,
feel like maybe we should travel back to the Welcome Wench and digest there, my friends. And yes, there's a play on words because they have food there.
Yeah. That's probably a good idea. But I gotta ask, did the rest of you see that? Those cloaked figures?
Did we or no? Was that just
did
a
any
Zhaasha
of us
thing,
see
or was
that?
it all of us?
I think that was just
That was just something that was happening elsewhere in the kingdom. None of you are witness of that.
That's just
Oh,
narration.
oh, cool.
Okay.
I love it. Lucian's like, yo, y'all see this, right?
Y'all see this, but no,
Hey,
neither
thank
do
you.
you.
Hallucinating still there, friend.
Okay.
based on the information that we've all just gotten, I think being out in the open and enjoying the carnival may not be to our benefit, least of all for you, Severin.
Yeah.
I agree. It would probably be safer with a roof over our heads to go over what we have all learned.
Yeah.
So, Deirdre, do you know, I know that this is the carnival is more your world than ours. Like, do we need to retreat entirely? Do you have a safe place for us to go here? Or do you want to meet us later? I know that you're technically on the clock, or are you coming with us?
I'm gonna finish my show. I'll meet you later. Just tell me where to go.
So quietly. Oh man, the rhymes are back.
I know. I caught that.
Quietly,
too.
we're just so only Deirdre could hear us. I'll hit her with the welcome wench, and then I guess we'll make our way that way.
On the walk there, Clover will pull Zhaasha behind and kind of have him trail with her from the group so he can talk, or she can talk to him alone.
I think you see Zhaasha's just kind of still cloudy-headed, thinking about everything, and as you pull him to the side, oh, hi, Clover. What can I do for you?
Hey, Zhaasha. I guess you heard my question when we were in there, and you seem like a good-hearted person, and I know you're a cleric. I'm trying to help my friend, my mentor, you could say. Baneford Greatkind. He taught me everything I knew, and he means everything to me, and I'm the reason he got hurt, and his hands are messed up, and I thought by becoming this great tattoo artist and making all this money and learning magic, I could help him. And when the wizard said I couldn't, I don't know what to do. Can you help me, great cleric?
Great cleric. What I do is simple parlor tricks, but I'm honored that you would come to me for such a thing. What happened to him, if you don't mind me asking?
I wasn't there when it happened, but I gave his daughter a tattoo, or I gave someone's daughter a tattoo, and someone didn't like it, and they attacked him for it, and they've broken his hands, and we've tried magic, and we've tried potions, and we've been to different doctors, and there's just nothing we can find to fix it. But I'm not a cleric. I don't understand those kinds of things.
Well, I know a little bit of basic medicine from my time in the guard, but yeah, I know some simple spells. I can't regrow limbs. I can't undo major curses, but I'll certainly help you if that's what you need. I know my Lord the Platinum One will help as well when he can. So I suppose if that's the way our journey's going to take us, then just show me what you need, and I'll do what I can.
Thank you so much, Zhaasha. And she gives him a teeny tiny high five.
I hold out my pinky, learning how to deal with somebody even smaller than I'm already used to.
I gotta ask the other players: are you guys able to access the game board right now?
It still says game paused to me. I don't know if I'm using the.
No.
I don't think the link changed.
Okay.
I'm in the right board, but it's not paused anymore. But I still can't move.
Yeah. Same.
All right. I'm gonna have to do a reset on the game board, so just theater the mind while I'm fixing that.
Right.
Copy that.
Absolutely.
We just won't have maps.
That's totally fine. As you all head to the welcome wench, and there's this cute bonding moment between Clover and Zhaasha. Let's jump back to Deirdre at the carnival. Unbeknownst to the rest of the group, in that pause, you had an entire conversation with your uncle and learned what I would call is a buttload of information. Where is Deirdre's head at? What's she doing?
Deirdre needs to talk to these people and needs to possibly get out of this city within a shorter time frame than she previously expected. So she's going to perform her way through the festival back to wherever the makeup tent is so that she can change into her day clothes and get things to go over to the welcome wench.
Cool. Give me a D100 roll real quick.
She's gonna have to do that in our Discord dice roller chat.
That's
Can
fine.
I roll real dice and tell you what
Or
it
real
is?
dice, or real
Yes,
dice,
yes.
right?
Use those
Man.
fancy math rocks.
Go fucking
Oh my
old
god,
school.
this is
Fancy math rocks. I got a 74.
74. Okay. You get into the makeup tent, and you see Blossom there, and she's looking a little upset.
Hey, Blossom.
Oh, Deirdre, hello, hi. Obviously very fake, her pleasantries.
All right, you're not usually this weird. What's going on?
There's something happening in the city.
What's going on?
I hope you didn't come here to take your makeup off. I think you might be better in character. Or safer, I would say.
All right. Sounds like I'm rhyming all night.
That's up to you. I don't know how you do the rhymes. I tried it for a day and I wanted to end myself. It was horrible, and I
It's
even
my
like
shtick.
words.
It makes people not so afraid of the scary clown thing. Boogie. Ooh.
Clowns aren't scary. I keep telling they're very adorable. Look at me. And she's done up as a clown with like flowers and looks kind of like a walking shrub. If you would saw Blossom like outside of a carnival, you'd be like, "Why is a shrub monster attacking me?" She does not look as cute as she thinks she does.
Look, I talk to dead people. It's my shtick.
Did they tell you the rhymes?
No, I'm just smart enough to know how to rhyme words together.
Alright, fair enough. Why'd you want to take your makeup off? This is prime money making time.
Well, sometimes if you want to go have a conversation in private, it's best not to be so obvious.
Are you in another one of your schemes?
When am I not on another one of my schemes?
When you're alright, you're right. Listen, John, my brother, he's sending a caravan out tomorrow night. If you need to get out, you need to go somewhere. He's going southwest to some. It's I don't know, but if you need, there's a way.
How'd you know I wanted to leave?
Because if you're not out there making money, you're trying to leave and go somewhere else and make money. I really, cousin.
That's fair.
How long have we known each other?
How many years have I been alive?
I don't know. I don't even keep track of how many years I've been alive.
Let's say at least 20.
Okay, that's sure. You see, she's doing some math in her head, being like, "Yeah, I think it's more than that, but whatever." And she's gonna take out a bottle of whiskey and a little pint bottle, take a swig, and offer some to you. I don't know when I'll see you again, but cheers to you. All right. Hope it all goes your way.
I take a swig off. Hey, what direction is John headed in anyways?
He told me the caravan's going southwest. I don't know if he's going with it, but he's organizing it.
Southwest of Aelorim?
Correct.
Okay.
Should I tell him to expect you, or do you want to talk to him yourself?
You could tell him to possibly expect me, but if I'm coming with a group.
That actually might be in your benefit this time. But for once, I'm gonna leave you on a hook. And she'll smile and squeeze a fake flower and shoot water at you and then disappear out the tent.
I flip her off as she leaves.
There is enough stuff within the makeup tent that you could make a disguise and not have to be in clown makeup if that's something you'd like to do.
Well, while I'm in private, I think I would just use my glasses.
Okay, fair enough.
Do I have to roll for that or something?
No, you just need to verbalize it and it happens.
Okay, then I'm gonna put on my fancy glasses and look a little bit more civilian-like, but maybe with a little bit of flair, so that it's not clown makeup per se, but I still look fancy enough to be a festival person.
Someone attending the festival or working the festival? There's two.
More of kind of like a person who can tell you which direction you're going at the fair. Somebody working there.
Ah, all right, excellent.
Yeah, totally doable.
And then you'll make your way to the wench.
Yes.
To the wench.
Fantastic. And with that, we will jump back to the rest of our team, who at this point have arrived at the wench. It's not as hustling and bustling as you would have hoped or had liked, I guess, or expected, I think is the correct word, because you want it to be kind of dead, you want to be private. So it's more busy than you would like it, but less busy than you thought it would be. Everyone's at the carnival right now. But as you come in, Osler and Vesta give you a wave. And after like 30 seconds of you guys looking around, a table happens to appear clear and free for you all to sit down. There's 5 chairs at it. One of them being a stool set
Fit for a smaller folk.
How kind.
Can anybody need a round? I certainly can.
So I'll make my way to the table and grab a seat, hoping that Vesta will come bring us around, or if Zhaasha's getting one, then a glass of wine for Xathariel for sure.
There's a pitcher and 5 appropriate size mugs on the table.
Perfect.
I will gladly pour everybody a drink.
Is this a suspicious picture? It's kind of this is too good to be true. They were ready for us.
It's a pitcher of water.
Okay.
What?
You have to stay hydrated, friends. Oscar yells from the bar.
I kind of feel like Vesta has her ear to a lot of to the ground in this city, at least a little bit more so than Osler from what we've seen so far. And I would like to try and have a conversation with Vesta.
Okay. You want to flag her down?
Yes, I do.
While he's flagging her down, when we were looking around this tavern, like, we spent a good 30 seconds waiting for a table. Is there anybody of note that we need to be concerned about? Xathariel's always on the paranoia of grind.
Give me a perception.
Nat 20, baby. I don't know if everybody's got the foundry back up.
It is up, but I don't see your roll.
Uh-oh.
You just tell me the number.
I see
27.
a 27 where he rolled.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, I just loaded in. My apologies. 27.
Yeah.
For the 27, you will notice the following things. There is a group of tabaxi in the back corner of the wench. On the left side where there's that long dining table. The table's probably about half full, and they are just enjoying some nice fresh milk from the farm. There is several stairways. No, there isn't. There's just the 2 stairs that go to the second floor, correct?
I think so.
Yes. The one behind the bar, there is a person standing there, and you notice that the symbol on their I don't know, the thing they wear over their arm, or whatever that is called. I'm
The
blanking on the word.
armband, I guess, just like I thought.
Yeah, there's a symbol that you can see upon them, and it is a cross. And they are very obviously guarding that stairwell and keeping people from going up it. And Osler and Vester are giving that person, they're doing their job, but they're giving them a little bit of space to do their job. And you also notice that there is a trio of dwarves that have taken the stage, and they're not really using it for performance sake, but they're just using it as like a hangout ground. And because of how this is built, you can kind of hear their conversation, and they're just literally looking to have a good time. Think of your stereotypical like frat bros, bro. We're gonna drink this and do that and and they're just psyched to be here and at the carnival. But you can hear that they're waiting for a couple more people.
So the gentleman with the cross on his armband is definitely the most concerning one. Just based on information that Xathariel has gathered in the city, like that's the one faction that everybody's very nervous to see represented. I know what that cross is, right? That's the Lord Dewberry's people, right?
Correct.
Okay, so everybody's at the table with me except for Severin. So as we sit down, I will make no obtrusive gesture that that gentleman would see, but just kind of quietly try to draw their attention towards him. It's like, don't look now, but the gentleman at the foot of that stairs is someone we should be wary of.
Why? Which Clover tries to whisper back, but can't, whisper too much.
So I can't be sure, but I believe that he represents the noble of I guess the kingdom of the undead, I think is what we're calling them. The sigil on his armband, the cross, is the sigil of Lord Dewberry, who is definitely present in the city. Not to be trifled with, for sure.
They hail from the kingdom of Zeldor.
There we go. Which is essentially like a necromantic type of vibe, right? I think all I know is where they come from. I don't know that I know too much about their civilization, but
you could roll. Anyone could roll history right now to learn some more, because you're touching on some things, but in the worst way possible.
Am I overhearing any of this, or do I see any of this? I'd be happy to make a history roll if I have context to do so.
Yes, everyone but Deirdre, since she's not here. Vesta has responded to you, Severin, but is dealing with a customer and will be over in a minute.
Yeah, I'm patient.
Ooh.
Yeah, she don't want you to think you were ignored. She was just like, I'll be there, hon.
Kingdom of Zeldor.
My history check was a nat 20, but it didn't show up.
Did you hit it as a private roll?
I heard it.
Oh shit, mine was roll. Oh man, I'm set to private too, but mine was a 22. But you should have seen it because it was a GM roll, but a private GM roll, but also we don't have any of our rolls showing up on the stream right now, so don't worry about that.
My rolls, by the way, aren't showing up at all, just for tech issues here. But
double check and make sure you're on public roll.
I am on public roll.
Okay, well, there's that.
Fair enough. All right, so
we are having a freaking Murphy's Law of Tech tonight.
Yeah,
it is.
The show must go on.
You know that Zeldor is basically like a giant graveyard. It's super creepy and weird, and the people there are like this. I do say this weird necromantic cult. Lucian, you know a bit more than that. There is a rumor that if you want to be a necromancer or deal with the undead in any way or learn how to control them, you should go to Zeldor. But you also know that how Zeldor has been able to thrive and survive is they act as the world's graveyard. So whenever there's like a huge battle between forces or countries or anything on such a grand scale, they'll send priests and clerics who will tend to the wounded and try and help people. But basically, they ship all the dead back there, so other places don't have to fill their land with graveyards.
Good news, game board and rolls are back up on stream.
Excellent. Severin, Zhaasha, and Clover, you know a little bit more. You know that there is much more to be done there. A lot of different artisans will go there to study under different masters. I'm talking about metal workers and glass workers, um, artificers, different mages of different schools. There's different
But is
clerical
this?
foundations.
We're still talking about the Necromancer Society peoples.
Correct.
Zeldor,
Okay,
yes.
yeah. So, like, okay, yeah, a lot of people go to learn interesting shit from there, but in general, they're like necromancers, right? So, like, yeah.
Well, that is the rumor that most people believe. You know that it's there. Yeah, there might be some of that because it's a giant grave. Like half of the country is a graveyard. But beyond that, they thrive and or try to make themselves known as like, hey, like because we don't go to war and we're such a prosperous people, you can come here and study and advance any kind of art that you want to. And it's kind of they try to say it's like a utopia. You have to go there to believe it, but
But they're
Zhaasha, Clover, and
necromancers, right?
well, that is the rumor, and no one can
What do
confirm
I
or
know if
deny
that
until
is
they do it.
true or not? I guess that is important for me to know. Like how much from my 21 history check do I know that to be true?
That is the thing that people say about Zeldor. Whether it's true or not, you can't say.
Okay.
You would lean more towards probably not, but that's just because people are stereotypical or believe stereotypes, I should say.
So I guess what you're saying is that the reputation is unearned, or that it's more like whispers spoken, but that's not how they really are. I'm trying to grab the
Yes,
context.
it's more like whispers spoken, like they're
Whispers
from Zeldor.
spoken,
They're
but
a
they're
necromancer. Even though that might be the farthest thing, they could be a glass artisan. It just if you study there, people kind of assume you deal with that.
okay. Okay.
Even if you do
So
not,
I
like,
know this to be a stereotype. That's what you're saying.
correct. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're
Continue,
not going
sorry.
up those stairs.
Okay, no problem. What would you like to do?
Severin, you were trying to go talk to Vesta? Are you gonna?
Oh, I'd
join us
flagged
at
her
the
down,
table,
and I was
or-
I was waiting for her to
yeah.
have a moment.
Yeah. So we sit in the company of royalty, friends.
I do think we should downplay that a little bit. However, it does factor in the reason why I'm trying to get my hostess's attention here. Our hostess's attention, excuse me, friends.
Well, I suppose with that too, I'm stuck with you for a time, given the task I was given and by whom.
I do respect the
suppose we'll get
sacrifice you are
lucky.
making.
Oh, you have no idea. Coming in when us other races, but you already know. No, I've said my piece.
And it's at that moment that Vesta appears at the table, and she has a tray in her hand and a round of drinks. Surprisingly, she gets close enough to what you would have wanted to order.
She's good like that.
Did you need something special, Severin? Brought you some fresh milk and some hot bread, fresh out the oven.
Your generosity is appreciated. I'm sure you heard rumors of what transpired today in the square.
Oh, don't worry. I won't tell nobody. She winks at you.
Well, that's no longer my concern. Now that it's, known who I am, I want to ask you directly, what has happened in these last 10 years to this city? How long have you and your husband been proprietors of this establishment?
Severin, we remember when you were born. That's how long we've been here.
So some time.
Correct.
So please share with me the history that I've missed.
The
And
knights.
I don't know if maybe that's a persuasion check of some kind, or I don't know.
No, she's freely going to give you some information. She's taking a shine to this group. She's a little wicked Clover and points to her tattoo. I love it.
Well, the first few weeks after the
attack, it was rough. There was loitering and fighting and killing, and luckily Officer hadn't forgotten how to swing his axe and was able to keep a lot of good people safe here. And then there was a proclamation. The king has been killed, and Titus will rule. Well, I could have sworn the entire city all laughed at once, and sure enough, he took over and banished all those that still swore fealty to your father, sent them to the far corners and told them, standing order, if they are seen or found or heard of, they will be taken care of. And sure enough, he was true to his word. There was a attempt on the castle about 2 months into his rule, but Apex, I would not want to fight him. He a dozen, maybe two and a half dozen men, right in the courtyard. Just you will not see the king, and you will not harm him. And he just felled them all. It was Ostler went. He went to go help. The city was turning new.
Who was responsible for this incursion?
That I don't know. There's something.
Are there rumors after 10 years? Certainly somebody looked into something. There's no clue who the men were that tried to infiltrate?
The few people I know that have asked questions, I haven't seen them again.
Huh.
Hmm.
Let me
Ominous.
ask one last thing. If there were people still in the city loyal to my father, where would they hide? What element may or may not exist in this city that still wishes for my father to return? I'm sure there are still people after 10 years, even with the main people who were loyal to him being expunged, that you couldn't do that to every person in the city with certainty.
Hmm.
There's a group of people. I don't know where they're from. I don't know where they hide. I don't know who leads them. I don't know. Because, as I said, those who they ask questions haven't come back. But you know what they call themselves? They've taken... They took up your place. They are call themselves the Sons of Aelorim.
Oof.
We had a few here one night, and they got to acting how they do, and Osler asked him politely to stop, and one of them put his hands on me, and now he doesn't have an arm anymore.
Hmm.
They have since then made themselves quiet, but I hear whispers here and there that they still exist. In what capacity, how organized, I don't know. I know if you travel out towards the desert, there's a group of nomads that call themselves Sons of Aelorim as well, and they pillage and attack caravans and ransack villages, and Titus has sent a few forces a few times, and they've either escaped or defeated them. Attempts were always thwarted in that area.
The fact that there's orc chieftain and a
Goblin high shaman in the city must mean they found a way through or expunged that group. I don't know, but I'd be careful to go there. If you head straight south to the docks, there's a band of pirates that don't know their name, but I know they were once loyal servants of your father. I even heard that there's a small battalion of men that live out in the forest, out where the elves are, that will occasionally give the elven folk trouble, just to keep your father's name alive.
One last question, and then thank you very much for your information and your food. What would someone loyal to my father think of my return?
Some say you died that night defending your father. Some say you died that night taking down your father. Some say you used that opportunity just to run away and be away from his name and his actions.
There might be a spark to truth to all of those things.
And your being back here could spark any of those people. There are many secrets that many people in the city keep.
All right. Well, that was all the questions I wanted from her in character. Out of character, what direction was the desert again?
Northwest.
Northwest. Okay. Excellent. Thank you. All right. Yeah, that covered what I was trying to get out of that. Thank you.
Any of you else need anything?
Yeah, actually, if I could borrow a moment of your time, Miss Vesta, I'll walk over. I'll walk over to the bar and just, hey, Osler, I hear you took on a Minotaur one time. Why don't you tell us about it?
Oh, the Minotaur story?
Yeah.
I don't have time right now. And you see that he's engaged in an arm wrestling contest with an orc?
Fair enough. But I'll turn back to Vesta and be like, Apex, does he come in here at all?
Not since the night Severin disappeared.
Shit. Do you know of a reliable method to get a message to him?
Depends on what the message is.
It's about what we learned in the Dream Theater tonight.
Give me an insight check, Lucian.
Alright. Insight. That's a no.
You're getting a vibe from Vesta that you haven't gotten before. It's a good vibe. It's not a bad vibe, but you can't really put your tongue on it.
Well, that's
I mean, especially without consent.
I imagine Oswald would cut it off if I tried doing that.
Well, what happened in the Dream Theater, honey? Wait, how'd you get a ticket? They're expensive.
Yeah, it was a gift from Apex. But
sometimes it's all about who you know.
Yeah.
Lucky, I had to make a deal with a fae and just give Clover a sardonic smile.
All right.
Clover just giggles a little bit, rubbing her hands together, plotting.
I have no objections to telling you, Vesta, but I'm sure that the information comes with a certain degree of danger, and I would ask that if you do want to hear it, that you tell no one aside from Apex.
Well,
Am I overhearing this?
They've stepped to the bar. Are you trying to be stealthy about this, Lucian?
From the party, not necessarily, but from the rest of the patrons, absolutely.
All right. So there's a spot near your table at the bar where they've gathered, so you can lean in and listen to the conversation if you wanted to. But you can tell that Lucian is trying to keep those who don't know from knowing.
Well, if I'm overhearing what he's saying, I would say I would exercise caution about sending any message to Apex. We don't know who we can trust, and this is nothing against Vesta. But we are talking about my life, and the fewer people who know where we're going, the better.
Yeah, the thought had occurred to me as well.
I think discretion might be the better part of valor here.
True, but if we can trust Apex, he should know.
I'm as much as I love the man, I'm not even sure I can.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm saying I feel like getting a message to him could endanger me.
The thing is that if he is a part of this conspiracy, then I don't think my message would consist of anything he doesn't already know.
That may be true, but again, I just feel like we shouldn't communicate with anybody at all unless we have a purpose. Don't send a message without a purpose. And right now, I feel like the purpose is getting out of here safely.
Overall, yeah. But I think what the situation boils down to is that between Apex and Titus, we can trust one of them. And I think the other one is going to be working against us. Between the two, given what we've learned in the Dream Theater, I think the one that we can trust is Apex.
It's a bold choice to make, considering
I'm not sure not sure we should trust anybody until we know more. That's where I'm going with it, though. I think that we should just keep all of our cards close to our chest until we have something to play.
Listen, I'll tell you all this right now, all right? If there's any message you want to get to anyone in the city, I'm the one to talk to. Don't worry about who it is, or where they are, or what it is. But it seems like you all need to take a moment and have a discussion amongst yourselves of what you think needs to be done.
I agree.
With that, Deirdre, you're going to come walking in through the front door of the Welcome Wench.
And it is 9:05 right now. Should we do our 10-minute?
I was about to say that. Thanks for reading my mind again, Dave.
All
right.
That
actually worked for me.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a 10-minute break. It is 9:05 by my clock, so we will be returning to your airwaves at 9:15. And we are back. Welcome. Thank you for sticking around, hopefully, during the break. And we have returned to the second half of Dawn of Alderton tonight. Go ahead, Joe, take over where we were.
Excellent. Deirdre, you just walked through the door at the Welcome Wench, looking like someone that the party hasn't seen before. What are you going to do?
Well, walking in, I'm shouting out the door, the fighting pits are that way. You can't miss them. There's signs all over the festival. Don't worry. You will not miss them. And then I walk in because I'm in the person who gives directions costume. And I approach the table. And I know that they're probably all looking at me like I'm weird. And then I look down and I go, oh yeah, I changed so that I would be a little more discreet.
Do you recognize the voice?
Yeah. Yes.
Well,
Okay,
I'll miss the
okay,
clown costume. It was truly a treat. Hey.
Don't worry, it's coming back.
It's nice to officially meet you. I don't think we introduced ourselves. I'm Clover, and she holds out her hands
I'm Deirdre.
to shake. All right. Do you shake my hands?
I hold out 2 fingers to shake your hand.
She gets us all
Okay.
with this, dude.
I use Heart Sight on Deirdre.
She's so disarmingly charming. You can't help but shake her hand.
You can't help it, dude. Like,
Oh.
we
How
all
do I
fail
keep
it
my-
Nobody
too. Like,
passes this. Let's go.
Actually, I think I'm the only one who hasn't made it yet. I don't think I have touched Clover.
Oh, you just wait.
Is it an experience that I need to prepare myself for?
well, you're gonna have to. You're gonna forget. She's gonna wait for the right time.
Oof.
Wait, why did I?
Disregard
I'm
that.
sorry.
Disregard
Oh.
that.
Okay, what
Oh.
was Deirdre's
Oh, she failed. She failed.
emotional state, and what was her emotional state and her alignment?
My alignment is true neutral, and right now I'm very, very frazzled.
Okay. All right. Pleasure to meet you, Deirdre.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well, especially, I should say, despite these weird circumstances.
You care for a drink? We're all just sitting around here decompressing after that encounter with your uncle.
I think I just need some water, honestly.
Oh, we got a picture of that here. I don't drink this.
I must say the goat's milk is quite tasty.
I just feel a little dehydrated.
Well, there's an empty chair and an empty mug
And
of the table.
there's a pitcher of water, which he said earlier. So Zath will pick the pitcher up and pour her a glass in front of the empty chair that he will hope she takes.
I sit down in the chair and I take the water and drink it greedily. And then I'm like, what did I miss?
So I don't, just out of character, I don't remember exactly how much they shared with us of their time in the castle, but in characters, that since we're all at the table now, Xathariel will say, we haven't missed too much, but it seems that we have a choice before us. We find ourselves embroiled in things far above at least my own station, but all of the things that I came to the city to accomplish can be accomplished by assisting you. And he'll turn to Severin. That's like being in the company of royalty, albeit royalty who has no interest in the crown. That's why I came to the city in the first place, was to be granted an audience with the king. So the fact that I'm with the king and I know of a way that I can help you, that kind of changes everything for what I'm here to do. So we have a decision.
I appreciate the respect you give me, friend, but I am not the king, and I'm on my own quest to put my past behind me, because I genuinely do not believe that it is my future to rule.
It's not just your past, though. It's the past of this whole place. Everything that this kingdom is trying to accomplish and growing, you share its past, you share its present, and its future, regardless of your own desires to disentangle yourself from it.
And one thing that has become keenly aware is I do share its suffering.
If it is truly your aim to help the people of Aelorim, then I deem your cause noble, and it would be my honor to assist you in accomplishing it.
Whether wearing the crown or not is my destiny, I do wish to ease the suffering of these people. Very much so.
Whoa. Back it up there, pretty boy and Mr. Monk. Just to be fair here, I don't care who's king. What I care about is the fact that 10 years ago, I try to lower my voice, realizing I'm chef. 10 years ago, your father was a piece of fucking shit.
I have no argument with that. I wouldn't phrase it as such, but yes, continue.
Then why would you come back? Your brother has already given us this limited freedom. And yes, it is limited. Yes, there is still suffering. But look, the little folk can run around here again. I can walk around here and be something more than I ever was wanting to be. Why come back and throw that in jeopardy? For what? Your own personal journey?
I was told I needed to release my past, and I didn't see a way to do it without coming back.
And by who? By who? Who gains from you coming here and disrupting? It's certainly not going to be my people. Certainly not going to be the little folk.
I can't answer that question.
I'm kind of with Zhaasha on this, though for a different reason. I understand that
Speak your mind, friend.
I understand that you have no interest in ruling, and frankly, I don't blame you. But if you are the rightful king, imagine the amount of good you could do ruling just for a few months, a year or two, and then setting up something like a council to take your place, or something along those lines of people you can trust.
I don't think that it's as black and white as all of that, because I think we all know too well the games of kings and power. The idea that he could step into Titus's place and be allowed to do the things that he wants to do is not something that we can take for granted.
Yeah.
No, there's a deeper plot here going on, and that much is clear. And there's no safety in taking the throne until the mystery is unraveled. It would only certainly cause more suffering to try and just usurp my brother.
Well, we know that now. But when you first threw your ring at your brother, we had no inkling of a conspiracy.
I know. It's almost like something needed to flush it out, huh?
True. But if you had gone into the situation with the intent of ruling even just temporarily,
then it would be war already.
Well, just understand whether you want it or not, your actions and your bloodline are going to have effects not just on you, not just on your family and this capital city, but on everybody in this country.
Yes.
Because I can tell you, there's still people who hold your father in regard. There's still people who cause suffering every day to people who don't deserve it, because that's the way they want it and that's the way it used to be. If you want to change those, I was given a task now to protect you, and I'm in conflict to do so.
I may not be destined to rule this city, but I do believe that I am destined to cleanse this land.
Now you're starting to sound like your father.
I know, and that's what scares me.
Can I make an insight check on Severin just to see whether I believe he has good intentions, not just for humans, but also for the other races? Would that be something I can do?
Absolutely.
Whenever Clover uses hard side on us, are we aware of this?
No. As far as I understand the racial feature.
Well,
no.
it's like it's not something I could like.
Nope, you just have to trust that Fey intuition.
So,
oh no, I would not have Bardic Inspiration anymore. That has expired.
Yeah, that's been more than 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
I still have DM Inspiration from last DM snacking.
I think if you didn't use it, you should.
I did not. I did not make any goals.
I will allow it.
Merciful DM.
There he is.
Slightly better.
Yeah,
It's not a absolute.
Not great, but 18. 18 total. And my question was whether Severin, I feel genuinely that Severin's intentions are not just like his father's, but to change things and suffer, or whether he just thinks that way, like he's not fully into it.
I don't know if Joe wants to answer or if he wants me to answer.
I mean, I can't. I'm not Severin. I can't answer. You're gonna need to.
I would say all I can say is Severin is genuinely interested in ending all suffering, not just for humans. I think that was your question.
Yes, and just a little over the table. It's just because Zhaasha,
yeah,
humans have made him.
Right. And I would say that in Severin is being quite genuine. But he is also very conflicted.
So we've been presented with a situation that we know, or at least we think, that you could have done more good if you hadn't made mistakes. But I, for one, am not one to hold a man's mistakes against him.
Yeah.
I think the decision we have before us is whether to help you or leave you to your fate. And I think it all hinges on whether or not we trust what you want to do in the end. We all agree that there's something going on here underneath the surface, and he'll give kind of like a poignant look around at everyone individually.
Yeah, I mean, given what we know now, is it really a choice anymore?
Right now,
there's always a choice
to
and we
answer
can
your
choose
question.
To leave him to this.
To answer your question, or at least put your mind at ease, when you ask me what my intentions are, right now I intend to learn as much as I can, and we can go from there. And right now, in order to learn more, I know I have to go find the crown.
You'll have to do more than learn. Whether you wear the crown or not, you'll have to lead. And there's no way that you can escape that. You were born into royalty, and your actions carry great consequence. But I think I trust you, and I deem your cause noble, and I will choose to help you.
Noble or hopeless.
Clover
Sometimes
asks,
the line is fine between the two.
Yeah.
What's up, Clover?
Yeah, go ahead, Clover.
Clover asks Severin, are you willing to shake on your noble intentions, both for the humans and all creatures of Aelorim?
Is there any way a history check might tell me,
Why
the
this
risks
fae
of
is
shaking with a fae?
particularly touchy?
Yeah, why this fae is particularly
we all did
touchy.
It. You shake her hand.
No. Hold on.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Severin, you can go ahead. You can make a religion check about the fae.
I asked history.
Oh, history. Yeah, you can do that as well.
Okay.
You gotta fail this check there, Severin.
That is a 9. So
Hey.
I am completely clueless, and I am appreciative of this fae's politeness and respect, and I shake her hand. And is that a pass? No, I fail.
Man. Everybody
man. That's charisma checks. Okay. So Severin is definitely lawful good, and his current mental state is conflicted and contemplative.
Okay, cool.
But lawful good, like probably more emphasis on the lawful than the good, but still good.
You see Clover relax a little and say, "Oh, okay, I'll join the journey as well."
I mean, I think I've made it pretty obvious by now, but it seems like our goals align, though our methods probably be very different. So, yeah, I'm in.
Uncle Baneford made it very clear that it is in all of our best interest to stick together and get the hell out of this city.
Well,
Well, if we're gonna be doing this, then
yeah. Question.
I
Go
have a
ahead.
few
Sorry.
commitments. I have a few commitments myself as I fiddle with the pin on my chest. But I was given a task from Apex, a man that I do respect since I've been here. I have a few loose ends that I need to tie up. Well, I need to stick with you, Severin, so you may need to actually come along, if that's
Uh,
okay.
I
We can figure out a
figure
discussion.
our companions likely might want to gear themselves up before going on any kind of expedition to the wasteland deserts. So we should give them that time to prepare. I'm happy to accompany you, but I think I need some rest first. It is late, and
I
it
can.
has been a
We,
wearying day.
we have an accord then, and he'll kind of turn and look at Deirdre. And you seem flustered more so than last we met you. What else did Uncle Baneford tell you?
Well, it's not as much what he said as what Cousin Blossom said. I met one of the other clowns while I was changing. And apparently, something's going down in the city tonight, and it might be in everybody's best interest to stay in my tent at the festival for the night being. But if you have any loose ends, I'd say wrap them up quickly, because if we want to get out undercover, I have a ride for us out of town to the southwest on a caravan tomorrow.
So we're talking about Bolton before, like not even tying up loose ends tomorrow. Tie them shits up tonight.
It would be in everybody's best
That was out of
interest.
character.
And I would say lie
That
low
is not how Severin
because
talks.
something is going down tonight in the city, and it's best to look like you're from the festival because it's not safe to be a normal person in the city.
I see.
Hmm.
Wait, where is this threat coming from?
That
From your
sounds
people?
that
I
sounds a
didn't
little
get enough
ominous.
information to be able to tell you exactly where it's coming from, but I'm telling you that a person I trust dearly told me that this is not a safe place to be. Not this bar specifically. I'm sure
The city.
the owners are very capable of handling their own. However, the city is very
Hustlers scouting at
dangerous.
you.
So, dragon friend, do you think that you can accomplish what loose ends you need this night before we get our rest?
Oh boy! And you guys see Zhaasha grab the pin on his chest and kind of shakingly put it inside a inside pocket and be like, "Well, if we're gonna be talking about conspiring to smuggle out this guy and smuggle ourselves out during an attack on the city, I guess there shouldn't be any guards around." As I stuff it inside my jacket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trusting you. Make no mistake there. I do not. I do not like you, Severin, but I will trust you to have your good intentions. And it looks like all of us here are somehow bound to this. So yes, I will tie up my loose ends, what I need to do, and I will be ready. I will be ready tonight or in the morning, whenever you are.
So we reconvene at your tent, Deirdre. Whenever we've all gathered what we need, we will meet you at the festival. Where should we look to find you? Or are you going to wait for us?
Yes.
I'll meet you at the blue and yellow tent in 2 hours' time, or if it takes longer, I'll meet the first group so I can take them to the tent we're actually staying in, and then I can come back and meet whomever is dragging, and I'll be there once an hour.
Hmm.
I could
So,
go there first and just get my rest there at the tent, where it sounds like I might be safe.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Zhaasha is loath to leave your side.
But we can't
Will you
be in
entrust
two
him to our
places at
care,
once.
Zhaasha? We're in this together now. Your obligations are ours. We will protect Severin.
I got the location. I may not trust him, but I trust Clover over here, looking at the little one.
Yeah.
And yes, I'll entrust you. I'll entrust you all to take care of him until I return. I will be back in 2 hours. Take care. Have a round on me while you're waiting, and I'll drop a gold on, or yeah, I'll drop a gold on the table for whatever they're gonna have a drink and then leave.
So you'll meet us at the tent in 2 hours, or I guess she's gonna come back and get you. I guess we can decide that if we're gonna go or we're gonna wait in the welcome wench for him to come back.
Well, I feel that I need to rest and meditate on
Yeah, we need to
all
get
of
out of here.
this. So
You
I would
should
like to
all
go
take
to the tent
get
and
out of
rest
here.
there.
Yeah.
I can take you to the tent immediately if you'd like to go now.
So I think I was crashing here. I should have an extra disguise on me if we need to smuggle him through the city, unless you've got something less conspicuous to wear, Severin. Did you leave your clothes in the castle?
I'm wearing robes and a cloak and like homespun robes, hooded cloak. Like I just look like a
He's
homeless
chilling.
person basically.
Got it.
Left his clothes in the castle. Severin's just been walking around nude for the last 2-3
Oh
hours.
yeah, right, yeah. Just letting it all hang out.
Letting it all hang out.
Hey, the
Monastic
beard.
lifestyle.
Looking at the beard, the carpet matches the drapes, right?
So that sounds like I'll gather up my stuff and follow Deirdre.
Yeah, I like the idea of following Deirdre and getting my rest before shit goes down.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Clover?
If we're getting out of town, Clover still owes someone a tattoo, so I guess she'll be there in a couple hours.
Do you want to stick with Zhaasha, or are you just going like all going to do your own things? Be safe, little one.
Thank you, medium-sized one.
I mean, I think if anybody can move through the city without being noticed, it's that girl.
It's Clover, yeah.
I can go invisible. I'm not worried about traveling in town by myself. I appreciate your concern, though.
I was gonna offer to come meet you after I drop the others off at the tent if you'd like me to meet you.
That would be wonderful. Do I know how long this tattoo's gonna take? So I can tell her when I'll be there?
Well, who are you tattooing? Do you remember?
The owner of the Welcome Wench in exchange for
Excellent,
my
yes.
room and board.
Well, he's at the bar. This is one of the few times where he's not talking to anybody. He's just standing there, mindlessly like wiping a glass.
Okay. So I'll go walk up to him or I'll tell Deirdre that I'll be 1 second. I'm gonna go talk to him about how big this tattoo's gonna be, so I can let you know how long I'll be. And she walks over to him and says, Hey, do you have a second?
Oh, hey, my little Faye. How are you?
I'm great. So I still owe you that dragon tattoo in exchange for my room and board here.
Absolutely. Are you ready? Do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, would we be able to do that right now? It looks like my next couple days have gotten a lot busier than I expected. So doing it right now would be amazing.
Right this very second.
If that's an option, that would be great. How big were you thinking? Or where did you want it?
Well, it's supposed to be on me back.
It gives me my whole back.
So, full color is what we discussed, correct?
Yes, that is what we discussed.
Oh shit, that's gonna be a lot.
You're the tattooers. What do you think?
Oh man,
This is gonna take you like 24 hours total to get right if you start to remember the conversation you had with him. Like he wants his entire back done. You do not have time for that. And he's looking at you with a say what you're gonna say kind of face.
So I just want to be able to give you the best tattoo possible, and with how busy we're both during this festival, I don't know if that'll be possible. Could I do a small tattoo now and owe you your full one the next time I'm in town?
I only want the one tattoo.
A
And
minotaur on his ankle.
if you say you need to go, I know the look of the adventure. Go do what you need to do. Keep the king safe. He winks at you.
She just
He's
gasps
very
a
honestly been
little.
listening to your conversation.
I, I will, sir. Thank you very much. It's been an honor staying with you.
Severin
And
grumbles,
she
not the
goes
king.
back and joins the group and says, "Okay, I guess I don't have any tattooing to do. I'll accompany the rest of you on our journey."
All right, so then I
So,
guess we're following Deirdre.
And Zhaasha's going separately.
Yes, I am heading to my garrison, where I know my captain to be, while I'm clutching my pin in one hand and my holy symbol in the other, thinking the entire way.
All right. So, Zhaasha, you give me a D100 roll, and Deirdre, since you're leading the other group, you give me a D100 roll.
D100, let's
Splitting
go.
the party, gonna die. Oh, sorry. Did I say that
Right.
out loud?
Uh-oh, I don't know if that's good or bad. 16.
16.
That's the problem with D100s. You never know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
Aw.
D10. That's the D. That's a
Oh.
D10.
That was
Hold
two
on.
D10.
Sorry.
Well, it's
Oh,
2d10,
2d10s.
which kind of still counts because you can.
The way I read it was
I'll try again.
16.
Oh, there you go. That's way better.
all right. Zhaasha, you rode lowest, so we will start with you because this is going to be the most entertaining. You get to the garrison rather quickly.
You know, the route you're taking and where you're going doesn't have that many civilians or people in general active at this time. Everyone's, at the bar. Most people at the carnival.
It's in a back street, anyways, too. Yeah.
Yes, it was not put in a place convenient for you and your kind. But
No.
as you enter into it, it is unusually empty. But you can see a light on in Roar's office in the back.
I don't see any of the clerks or any other people around. It's just a light on in what I would know to be Roar's office.
Yes.
Okay. Kind of cock my head and think curiously, but I'll start walking down towards his office where I know it is, making my loud steps so he knows I'm approaching.
The door
I get to his office.
The door swings open, and you see Captain Roar is sitting at his desk. The chair that's typically on the side of the room is sitting in front of it as if someone was sitting there before. And there is a bottle of whiskey and 2 glasses on the table. The one in front of Captain Roar is empty.
Sir, Zhaasha here. May I come in?
Have a seat.
All right. Take a deep breath. And as I come into the room, this feels odd to me, how empty this place is. Can I just make a perception? Just to see if I notice anything strange other than the glasses.
Absolutely.
I'm looking particularly for any shimmery things, because I have been aware of magic. Although, not that aware, apparently. Baseline. So I come into the room, and I take a seat, and I'll just kind of look at my eyes back and forth.
What do you want?
Well, sir, it's been a long day. First day of the festival, you brought me here. And you also asked me something the other day. I'm afraid events have moved quite quickly, and I need to speak quite candidly with you. Is that okay?
1 second.
He takes his amulet off, and you've seen him do this before, and he activates it, and you are in a zone of truth.
All right, I will
no.
choose to fail. I will choose to fail.
Okay, thank you. You cannot deliberately speak a lie, just so you know.
Yes. Yes.
He'll nod at you. Okay.
Sir, the task that you have set me upon, events have moved quite quickly. Before I give you my report, I would like to ask you, what do you know about King Titus and his family? Particularly, what happened 10 years ago?
You're asking me a question I can't answer. I don't know the king. I didn't live in the city. This is my first time here. But you were given that assignment for a reason.
Were you aware that Titus had a brother?
I have no formal training on the lineage of Aelorim.
Can I make an insight check on it?
Yes.
Does the zone of truth cut both ways, or only Zhaasha can't
Well,
tell the lie?
Zhaasha is the only one who
I-
deliberately
I-
failed.
Okay.
I deliberately failed, but I don't know whether he
Okay, gotcha.
chose to do it or not. 24 insight.
Captain Roar is a straight shooter, and he is choosing words carefully with you,
Mhm.
and you can tell that he's nervous.
I can tell that he's nervous.
You've also never seen him drink before, and like I said, the glass in front of him is empty, and you get a whiff of whiskey off his breath.
Mhm. And I've served with this man for several years.
Yeah, you've seen him drink maybe once, twice.
But it was never in the garrison, and it was always a shh, don't tell anyone.
Mhm. Well, with that, and with his answer, I will pick up the bottle of whiskey in the other glass and gesture if I may have a drink.
Help yourself.
Pour myself a glass, take a few sips, and I will pull out the pin that I was given by him on my guard duty, and I will place it gently on the desk. Sir, I have served with you for many years. I have a great respect for you. However, at this time, I know there are some things not being said in truth between yourself, between the other guards, and between the people in this capital. Some events in recent days will come to light that may make my position as auxiliary to the Aelorim Guard untenable. I will give you my report. However, I am requesting, in lieu of this report, to be relieved of my duty.
You relieved yourself of your duty the second you stepped into the castle with that man.
I fought tooth and nail, and the powers that be of the city have decided not to kill you. It wasn't hard. I told them you'd breathe some magical or another at them, and they would all melt and scream. And frankly, there's a lot of old stupid men that run this city, and I'll be glad to be gone of it. At this point, you notice that he's not wearing his badge at all. In fact, it looks like it was ripped off of his chest. But when you get back to Cloudshire, I won't be captain of the guard anymore.
Well, perhaps that'll be best. Maybe you and I, or I should say, maybe you, can assist me at that time. I'm sorry, sir. It's been an honor, and I will give you my report now.
Hold your breath.
And
I don't. You're done. There's no report. I don't. I don't know what to do with myself. And I'm gonna leave the city first thing in the morning. I have heard some things, and I've maybe been told some things. You are embarking on an adventure. And he's gonna slide probably like a small notebook over to you. It's got a nice leather binding on it, and it says "Rules of Royalty." And he's gonna hand it to you and go, "This is something that was given to me when learning how to deal with upper society and all of the annoying pleasantries and demeanors you have to be aware of so you don't get your head cut off. Where you're headed,
Yeah.
I think it might do you some good to know some of these."
I appreciate the wisdom as always, sir. It's a shame that things had to come down this way. As I picked up my glass and I downed my whiskey. Just know, wherever you end up, I will always consider you a great ally, and I hope to see you again, though I don't know when I'll be returning.
I wish you well, and I wish you luck. Just be wary of the company you keep. Everyone always has ulterior motives, whether they know it or not.
I think I think both you and I understand very well how to read people and how people read us. As I look across to my Leonin captain, or former captain. Thank you, sir. I'll take my leave now. You take care of yourself. As I stand up and I reach out my hand to shake hands.
I'll take your hand and look you in the eye. Remember, you're not with the guard anymore. You don't have to be so formal unless you want to. You can tell people to go fuck themselves now. And I'll
There's
give
a
you a
few
little
people
wink.
There's a few people that deserve it, and I'll be sure to keep that in mind. I'll pat him on the shoulder, and just for flair, I cast guidance on him to give him a minute of clarity. As I take the book and slowly make my way out.
Excellent.
I left the badge on the table.
I need everyone in Deirdre's group to roll me a perception.
Okie day.
Let's go.
Hey.
Wow, I'm just very in deep contemplation right now.
Only one seeing
No,
shit
wait,
now.
hold on. I have an inspiration I haven't used, right? I'll do that. I'm going to use my inspiration for this one. I'm re-rolling my perception. Hey, I'll take that. Oh, I just realized nobody's seeing our rolls. Let me put that frame back up so y'all can see it in the audience there.
Thank you.
Yes,
Xathariel, you've walked through cities before. You've been part of a crowd, and you know when you're being followed.
True. I know am being followed now.
You know you're being followed, I should say.
Fantastic.
I'm guessing my 24.
Too, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing my 24. I'm picking that up too.
Just Xathariel. You're the only one to roll high enough.
24 wasn't high enough?
So,
I said I used my inspiration to re-roll.
And I'm telling you, you still didn't roll high enough.
Fuck.
The only way we're picking it up was with a nat 20, baby. I got you.
Jesus Christ.
So,
okay.
We are how long after we left the tavern did I notice this? Immediately. So Deirdre's up ahead.
They're good. You don't know who they are. You don't know which person in the crowd it is, but you know someone's following you. You just can't spot them per se. They're very stealthy.
So Deirdre should be leading us. I'm gonna kind of grab Lucian a little bit and just like as subtly as possible try to make sure that we are on either side of Severin, who should be in between us and Deirdre. So you have Deirdre up front, Severin in the middle, and then Zath and Lucian flanking him. And just, under my breath to Lucian, it's like, don't look around, but we are absolutely being followed. There are eyes on us that I cannot tell from where.
Do I hear you whisper that too, or
I'm gonna say it low enough to the party, but definitely like without like raising my voice. So you shouldn't be too far ahead of us. You should be able to hear as well.
And that's a great place for us to end the session.
Oh, there's the cliffhanger.
Spicy.
Who the fuck is following us? I love it. It's a great spot.
Good sesh, fam.
All right. Playing everyone.
I am no longer a guard, and my captain isn't either.
Oh. That's all right. You were a guard for a corrupt and wounded city anyway, so you're on to bigger and better things.
Right.
That is completely.
There you go. All right. Thanks for joining us on both Twitch and Kick. And remember, you can catch old episodes of all of Dawn of Alderton on YouTube at Sputter Media, as well as Cyber Nights, our Tuesday night Cyberpunk Red TTRPG. And then, of course, coming soon, look out on the 13th next week on Thursdays, we are launching Sin City Cyberpunks, which is going to be another game set in the cyberpunk world, but in the Las Vegas area of Sin City. So we look forward to seeing you guys next time on Sputter Media here. We appreciate you all.
Thanks for being here, chat. We love y'all.
Yep. Yeah,
Thank
you, chat.
Have a good week.
We'll see you next week.